Hey, what's up, guys? Make a video that I haven't really heard many people address directly, which is prescription testosterone more potent, more stronger, for whatever reason, than the underground labs? One second. Because the reason why I'm making this video is because this is something that I'm experiencing at the moment now, which I believe that I'm getting a lot stronger desired results, anabolic results from prescribed testosterone, which I've been doing for over a month now at only 150. I'm only cruising right now at 150 milligrams a week, and it feels like I'm doing what I was before, like maybe like 300 of the underground lab testosterone. Maybe it's just my perception. Maybe it's because I'm eating better, sleeping better, have a good exercise routine where I'm getting good gains. But the thing is, like, after I finished a strong cut where I lost like over 20 pounds, and then I'm cruising, and so I put on a lot of strength because the cut I lost a lot of strength. I felt like I lost like 50 pounds on my bench press and just felt really weak, being on such a caloric deficit, essentially starving myself in a sense, because it was a really aggressive cut. But I bounced back from it, started eating well again, and just taking a TRT dose, and my strength levels have increased to almost like what my max was. Almost, not quite. I don't think I could bench my max, which was at my PR, which was like 285 pounds, but I'm probably pretty close. I probably could do 275 pounds right now. So like, that's not too far off, just cruising. So it makes me wonder if prescribed testosterone, whether it's like the solution it's in, or it's because it's dosed correctly. Maybe I was getting testosterone which was underdosed, so I was taking larger amounts, and then it was pretty much like doing less than I thought I was doing, which would make sense, to be honest, because when I was cruising on the underground labs, I felt like I lost a lot of gains. Like, I heard people say before, oh, you only really need to take a TRT dose to make strong gains. I'm like, well, whatever I drop down to TRT, I lost so much gains. So maybe when I was doing TRT dose of UGL, I was actually doing like half of an actual TRT dose because it was so underdosed. The other thing is just the overall quality of the compound itself could be inferior, and or it's been in a raw powder form, like potentially in storage for years, so it's maybe it's gone bad to a degree, like oxidized or something. Who knows? I'm not a chemist. I don't know anything about that, although I do know that testosterone generally has like a 2-year shelf life, they say. But or just the quality, like it's just the way it's made. Prescribed testosterone is better absorbed, better utilized, right? And maybe it's that, like I was saying before, it's the carrier oil solution that it's in that maybe helps with better absorption. I don't know. I'm just speculating, and that's why I'm throwing it out there, because maybe some of you know the answers. Although what I speculate most is that what I was doing before wasn't necessarily dosed correctly. I tested all my sources, so I knew that I was having testosterone because it tested positive for it. Although you could ask whether the test kit was a reliable one in itself. Well, I believe it was, because when I did blood work, all signs pointed to me being gonadal hypotrophy, atrophy of, like, I wasn't producing any luteinizing hormones and such. So I believe I was taking real testosterone, but at 150 milligrams a week of the real pharmaceutical grade stuff, it is like pretty good. Now I'm not saying it's like ideal, because when I was lasting before, I was making way more gains than I am now. But I would say that You know, if you wanted to take it up a notch, yeah, you could add a little bit more testosterone, maybe bring it up to 250, add a little bit of nandrolone, like 200 nandrolone. So if you do like 200 tests, 200 nandrolone, and maybe throw a little bit of primo or a little bit of masteron on top of that, growth hormone especially too, yeah, you could make significant gains within being in territory of no real side effects. So that's the HRT plus thing. Obviously that's not a bodybuilder's dose, but it's a safe and effective dose, and one that you could absolutely make significant gains on. And I believe if you got your training and nutrition and sleep all on point, someone being in their 40s doing a TRT of like 140, 150, you can still be making gains at that age. It isn't, you have enough of anabolic load to be producing anabolism, like gain growth of muscle tissue, and be hitting PRs in your 40s. If you put, but your training's definitely got to be on point. It's one of those things where I think you could get away with your training being more relaxed on your training if you're doing more steroids, you know, but that's not a good strategy. Take more compounds to make up for you not training properly. Really, the training's got to come first. It's like the most important thing, and then the anabolics is like not even secondary. It's third or fourth or fifth down the list, but it's definitely going to help, right? So you got your training on point, you got your good TRT base. There's no reason why, if you have your training and nutrition on point, you're going to be making solid gains as well, right? But obviously it depends what your goals are. I am next month going to be adding nandrolone because I still have like a few bottles of NPP left, and maybe a little bit of masteron, and run that for a month or two, and then maybe run Anavar or something for the last month, do a 3-month cycle. But again, like only like 200, 250 tests, 200 NPP, maybe 200 masteron, and run that to see how that goes. So what are your thoughts on that? Leave in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.